Ciao! Today I'm going to show you how to make an asparagus frittata. To make this recipe, we will need eggs, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, black pepper, red onion, and of course asparagus. Let's get started with washing the asparagus. Asparagus can be gritty, so make sure you wash it well. I like to rinse mine a few times to make sure that it is clean. Next, let's cut the asparagus. So for this recipe, we're using 135 grams of asparagus or 4 large spears. I like to remove the ends of the asparagus because I find they tend to be tough. The ends should snap off easily at the tough part. Now let's cut the asparagus into about the same size pieces so that they can cook at the same time. Let's transfer the asparagus to a plate, and now let's chop the onion. Let's cut the onion into about the same size pieces. We are using a small red onion that's about 80 grams in weight. Once we are done cutting the onion, let's transfer it to the plate with the asparagus. Now let's get a frying pan. The one used in this recipe is a 9.5-inch ceramic pan. Let's add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and then the asparagus. We'll set the temperature to low, and then we'll season the asparagus with about 1/8 of a teaspoon of finely ground sea salt. Let's cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll add in the chopped onions. Before adding in the onion, let's add in about 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Then we'll season with about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the finely ground sea salt and let it cook for about 5 minutes. While it's cooking, let's get the eggs ready. In a medium-sized bowl, let's crack 4 large eggs. Next, let's add in half a teaspoon of finely ground sea salt, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. You could also add additional flavorings to the frittata. You could add fresh herbs, such as mint or parsley, or you could even add cheese. We'll whisk it all together, and then let's add it to the frying pan. Today I wanted to share one of our family's favorite frittata recipes, but if you don't have asparagus on hand, you could always substitute with other vegetables that you do have. Now let's put a lid on top and continue to cook at low temperature. I find using a lid helps the eggs to set a little quicker. After about 8 minutes, the frittata set on the bottom and almost set on the top. At this point, let's flip it over. To flip the frittata, I'm using a plate that is larger than the frittata. Always be careful when doing this because it is hot. Once the frittata is flipped over, place the lid back on the top of the frying pan and continue to cook. In this recipe, it took about another 2 minutes to finish cooking. This frittata is delicious on its own, but you could also serve it alongside with a salad for lunch. It is also great as leftovers. Check out the next video for more easy recipes.